I'm not really sure what happened, but anyway, welcome back. I was in the middle of playing a beautiful song, so let's gently reintroduce it. This is called Me Oh May, and it goes like this. So that was Me Oh May. The words are just singing sounds in that culture, in that tradition. They don't really mean anything. It's just the best way for the sound to come out. And that's something that I've been fascinated with, is making sounds with my mouth, with my throat, and discovering. I've been traveling all around the world and learning a lot about different cultures, collaborating with different people, and discovering that there are a lot of different ways to use your voice. It really depends on your shape of your mouth. Like, that's what I discovered about having an American accent, because my mouth is shaped a certain way, and so when I began to teach myself Italian, I kind of had to reform the shape of my mouth. Dunque adesso si può capirmi un po' più meglio. It's really, I kind of had to change the position of my tongue and everything. And what I'd like to recommend to you today is to sing. We are entering this new phase where everything is different, and this is a perfect invitation to begin to improvise. What materials do we have? We know what we have. We have this piece of paper. We have this pen. I don't know. Let's make something new. Maybe I'll make a paper airplane for the first time in my life. And look at that. That's going to bring me other ideas. It's time for us to come up with new ways to communicate and new ways to coexist. Anyway, I'm going to move on with another song. This is from Italy. It's one of my very favorite songs. It's really funny because I just heard from Pepe Votorelli, who's an amazing singer that collaborated with the Tibetan Sax Quartet, singing the next song. It's called Amara Terra Mia. And I'd like to dedicate the song to anyone in the world who is experiencing hardship because they've been forced to leave their home. And this is another, I would call it pandemic, that's just as serious as COVID. Let's be thinking about all those who need our help. It's really time for us to hold each other up. So this song, Amara Terra Mia, is about basically about the fact that you need to leave your land because there's no more land. It's been over-farmed, or there's been climate change, or there's just no more work. So you think, well, maybe it's going to be better on the other side of the border, and you go to the other side of the border and discover that you've lost your land. So this song is called Amara Terra Mia. One of my favorite songs. It was made famous by Domenico Modugno, the guy that made Volare famous. So it goes like this. My beautiful, beloved, and bitter land. That song goes out to all of my friends and people I don't know who are experiencing crisis because they can't stay where they are. They're forced to move. forced migration because of climate change, and now disease too, is one of the major situations we have to come together as a species and figure out what to do. And anyway, I'm going to continue with a little more music from Italia because that's really my favorite thing. What I was saying before, as I began to learn it, it really took a long time. I said nothing but the opposite of what I wanted to say, and I mixed up words, and I stuttered, and I still do. But anyway, Italian is an amazing language, and I took the president of my friend Morena Andolo. She runs this venue in Faenza, which is the city of ceramics near Bologna. And she's like, "Allora, Amy." She talks with this. Her voice is deep and low and resonant. And I realized if I do that, I'm going to sound a little less nervous. And I discovered that my chest starts resonating, and that actually I start feeling better. I start feeling better when I speak Italian. It's a beautiful thing. So I recommend to everyone, try this exercise for the next week. Just speak one tone lower than you normally do, with the intention to resonate your chest. Because singing is just like speaking. And speaking is kind of a shortcut to singing. So, I mean, in the ideal world, we'd all just be singing, or we'd all be whistling to each other like those guys on that island. Where is it? Somewhere in the Atlantic. They communicate only by whistling. So anyway, try this exercise. Just instead of speaking like this, speak a little, maybe open your throat. It's really quite amazing. And the reason why I bring that up is because a couple of years ago I was going through some health issues, and I had an operation, and I came home and I realized, hey, if I start singing, I think that's really what I need to do. Let me try. I laid on the ground, I closed my mouth, I hummed. So let's try this right now, just for a second. At first I was like, ow, 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 ow. I just had an operation, ow, ow, ow. And after a while, my whole chest started vibrating. And wouldn't you know it, after a very short amount of time, like really less than a couple minutes, all of my physical pain completely disappeared because I was singing. And it was amazing. And I didn't actually have to take any of the painkillers that the doctors had given me or anything the whole time, because I was singing. So please, people, remember, singing is a tool that we all can do. Forget that person that told you that you can't sing. You can sing, and I can't wait to hear you. Some of the, quote, worst singers in the world are the most expressive, amazing artists. So anyway, with that in mind, here's a song. This is called Ambarabachichikoko, and it's a counting song. It's where you have your fist here. Ambarabachichikoko, tre cifette socomo, che facevano l'amore con la figlia del dottore. Il dottore siamo lo, ambarabachichikoko. I'll tell you the words later. They're very silly. It's a filastrocca. It's a nonsense song, and it's central to a lot of Italian culture. And I decided, what better thing to do than turn it into what monks might sing, right? So here we go. Ambarabachichikoko, 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 Chichicoco, Recivete socorro, che facevano l'amore, che facevano l'amore. Il dottore c'aveva una figlia bella, la figlia stava facendo l'amore con tre civette sul colmo. Il dottore siamo Siamolo, siamolo, siamolo.
Che facevano l'amore con la figlia del dottore, con la figlia, figlia del dottore. Siamolo, il dottore, siamolo, 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 siamolo.
So that's my version of Ambaraba Chichikoko. I've composed it also for Austrian Chamber Octet and for my Italian group, Il Quintetto alla Busara. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to bring them on camera. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, the Austrians are in Austria, and I'm in West Seattle. How's everybody doing? Thanks for dropping by. It's so great to see y'all. So I thought I'd just, I wanted to do this a little bit more, this song that's one of my favorite things that I came up with. It's music that I wrote for modern dance. It's a very intimate, beautiful piece, and it's sort of relates to today. The title, the title is "Approaching No Calm," because we're staying very calm. We're all in the cocoon state, but really, we're getting ready for the next stage. I can't wait. Let's see what happens. Right now, it's a period of trying to survive. I know that's really true for me. Everything's different. I don't have the same paying gigs I did before. I'm looking for students if you want to learn voice or guitar or accordion or bass or clarinet or theremin or, I don't know, the kitchen sink. I play the kitchen sink pretty darn well. So just give me a holler and I'll love to share my ideas. Or if you want to learn how to write songs, or if you want to learn how to arrange music. Or if you want to learn how to sing backwards, here's how you sing backwards. It's really easy. See, it's really easy. You just basically use your ear. And that's what I recommend. Go out, find your favorite song, play along with it, and learn how to play. That's how I learned how to play when I was in high school. I had piano lessons. Then I was 12, and then I decided I didn't want people to tell me what to do anymore because I'm a little bit of an anarchist. Anyway, so I taught myself guitar. And I said, hey, this is really great. I love it that no one's telling me what to do. So I taught myself all these really weird guitar chords that were wrong. And I was like, yay, they're wrong. And they sound perfect. So anyway, my main bit of advice today is do not worry or think about what other people are thinking of you. And especially, I'd like to quote my neighbor, Kathy Sutherland. She said to me once, worrying, in general, worrying is like saying a prayer for that which you don't want. So don't worry. Focus on the positive, everyone. That's what we got to do. So I want to sing another song and dedicate it to everyone that I know and those who I hope to know. And I send this to everyone with love. This is a a song that I came up with on the eve of the invasion in Iraq. And I send it to all people who have experienced war. There you go. All right. Just want to share a little song that I had this really strange experience when I was living in Ireland for about a month. I got a fellowship, and I lived there. I was living there when I was 16, and it was amazing. And I didn't want to come back to America. Ireland is unbelievable. And anyway, time passed, and then I was invited to live in near Westport on the West Coast for about a month, and it was unbelievable. Thanks to Artist Trust for helping me get there, and I could be there and do whatever I wanted. So luckily, my neighbor Pat and his friend Mick were playing a couple times a week in Westport, so I sat in with them. So I got to play music a couple times a week with these really wonderful guys, musicians, and I was reading the guest book, and like out of the picture window was this unbelievable image. It was the most holy mountain of Ireland. It's called Croagh Patrick. And anyway, when I thought about climbing it, but I saw in the guest book it was a hard climb. Anyway, I decided one day that I would maybe just do my own pilgrimage and start where the pilgrimages normally started, which is in Ballintubber Abbey. I don't know if you can hear the dogs in the background, but there's some howling huskies. Anyway, So I went to this abbey, and it was okay, but it was kind of grim. It was 800 years old, and I left, and as I was walking through the cemetery, I came across this grave, and the grave caught my attention because it was beautiful. It was orange marble, it was kind of rose-ish, actually, rose marble, and there were beautiful stones in front. And I read everything on the gravestone, and it said the fella had just died a couple of years ago. That's too bad. And he was about my age, and that's really too bad. And it said rest in peace, and then it said we love you. And I thought, that's great. They probably, did a collection to, make this gravestone. It's really, really beautiful. And then at the bottom it said, there are so many songs to sing. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, he was a musician. Oh, his voice is stilled. Oh, that's so sad. And the very next second, I was in this strange place. I was in a kind of a bar with orange light, and there were voices, and there was music playing, and I didn't know where I was. It's this sort of etherspheric place. And then all of a sudden I was at the guy's funeral, and all those voices had taken form, and they were all around me, and I was at the guy's funeral. And then the next second I blinked, and I was actually alone. And I thought that was strange, and I left, and I went to the car, and I was like, what was that expression again? There are so many songs to sing. And with that thought, I began to sob. I couldn't stop crying. I was like, I'd begun driving, and I had to stop. I was like, what's going on? That's so strange. There's so many songs to sing. And for the next couple of weeks, I couldn't stop weeping. I couldn't stop thinking about that phrase. There are so many songs to sing, people. And I realized I have to write a song to try to exercise this crying fits. So I'm going to play you another song now. This is called Ballintubber Abbey. I discovered from Pat and Mick, my Irish friends, that actually Mick Cuff was a great talent. He was a one-man band, and he died of drink. Anyway, to make the story even just a little bit longer, I taught myself how to make videos, so I made a video of my stuff in Ireland, put it up, used the song I had recorded at Ballintubber Abbey. And I get this email from a lady at University of Washington saying, hello, Amy, I teach art at the University of Washington, but actually I'm from Ballintubber, and I just want to let you know my sister's married to Mick Cuff, was married to Mick Cuff, and I just saw your video, so I feel like he's come home. He's come home. So anyway, here's Ballintubber Abbey.
See you now with friends all around.
one more song. As I mentioned before, this song for modern dance is called Approaching No Calm. And I encourage you all just to sing along. Sing along. And actually, let's do a vocal improvisation where we get to all sing together. So, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I'm just joking. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. I don't hear you. Oh, that's because it's one way. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Let's just sing long tones because it really does feel good to sing. And also, when you sing with your mouth closed, it's even more fun. It's really resonant. So let's try that. For hosting me this evening, thanking Derek Mazzoni and Molly Bryan from the Seattle Sacred Music and Art for hosting me. You understand exactly what I'm saying. I'm just singing my heart out. That's what we do. So everyone, sing as much as you can. Make contact. Reach out, especially to those that you haven't heard from in a while. Make sure everyone's all right, and encourage people to be strong. We have to figure out other ways to live now. This is exciting. It's actually exciting. Okay, it's not going to be easy. I know for me, it's definitely not easy. But try to embrace your inner improviser and make something new. Do something new with your life. Maybe start walking with your left foot first instead of your right. You'd be amazed what happens. So anyway, well, I don't have a timepiece. Can anyone type me a message about what time it is? Because I could go on till the cows came home. Anyway, I thought I'd just do one more little song here and then wish you adieu. So the song, I think it goes like this. Do, 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 do. I can Good night. Thanks, everyone.